Summer apple diseases are also called late season apple diseases and can be divided into two categories: fruit rots and blemishes. Up until about the end of June in Ohio, disease management focuses on early season apple diseases. Once the petals have fallen, growers will switch their emphasis to fruit rots and blemishes. Fruit rots can result in total crop losses if they are not managed correctly. Fruit blemishes don't generally result in crop losses, but can decrease the market value of the crop. Fungicides and crop sanitation practices are the two main methods for managing summer apple diseases, and programs will shift from a 5 to 7 day schedule to a 10 to 14 day schedule. In the Midwest and Northeastern US, 3 summer fruit rots, bitter rot, white rot, and black rot, consistently result in annual yield losses if they are not managed adequately. A 4th summer fruit rot disease is brown rot. Brown rot is considered a minor disease of apples. However, the disease is highly destructive on stone fruit. We will cover brown rot in the stone fruit diseases module. The first image shows signs and symptoms of bitter rot. That's the top left image. The lesions are circular and sunken, and under favorable environmental conditions, masses of orange spores can be seen in concentric rings within the lesion. The second fruit rot, shown at the top right, is white rot. The symptoms of white rot vary a lot depending on the apple cultivar. The most common symptom is a soft textured circular lesion that is light brown to dark brown in color. A wound is often also associated with the lesion, as you can see here in the center of this lesion. Black rot, which is caused by the same fungal genus as white rot, causes large, dark brown to black, irregular shaped lesions on the fruit, as shown here, and generally the lesions are associated with the calyx of the fruit. Finally, the last image on the bottom right shows signs and symptoms of brown rot. As I mentioned, it is a minor disease of apple, but you can see that it can cause a lot of damage and produce millions of spores if infections occur on apple. In this module, we will also learn about 2 fruit blemishes, sooty blotch and fly speck. Both diseases cause superficial signs and symptoms on the skin of the fruit. In orchards that are managed conventionally with fungicides, the incidence and severity of blemishes is negligible. However, for organic producers, blemishes are a major issue and reduce the value of the apples considerably. On the left, this is an image showing sooty blotch, and on the right, if you look at these circular spots, within them there are multiple specks, which are called fly specks. For this module, there are 4 learning objectives. The first is to identify the pathogens that cause bitter rot, black rot, white rot, and fruit blemishes. The second is to compare and contrast the signs and symptoms and infection periods of bitter rot, black rot, white rot, and fruit blemishes. The third is to describe the disease cycle of black and white rot, and the last outcome or objective is to describe the strategies used to manage summer apple diseases. These objectives will be covered in a series of 3 lectures. The first lecture will cover summer fruit rots. The second lecture will cover fruit blemishes, and the third lecture will focus on management of fruit rots and blemishes. So up next will be the fruit rot lecture.